As the mom of 3 elementary school-aged kids, I can tell you this phase of their spiritual development is largely marked by questions. How do we know God is here if we can't see Him? Where is heaven? How can we be sure the Bible's true? And it just goes on and on. This can feel tricky for us as parents, not just because they usually bring up these huge questions at the most inopportune times, but because we rarely have all of the answers ready to go. I mean, I know I don't. We often feel like if we're banking our eternity on the truths of the Bible and centering our entire life on who God is, we shouldn't have any questions. I mean, you might have even been taught this as a kid with questions yourself, but that can't be true. If we knew everything there was to know about God, He would be no bigger than our own minds, and I don't know about you, but that's not a very comforting thought. It's just as important to know that there are many studies supporting the idea that kids aren't really looking for exact answers when they ask these questions either. They're looking for someone willing to hear their thoughts, their questions, and their ideas without fear that they're going to poke holes in this God that they're trying to get to know. So whether you answer, "I don't actually know, what do you think?" or "Let's see what the Bible says," or you have a degree in theology and you can give them all of the details, your willingness to engage with them and encourage their getting to know God better is what matters most. Today, take some time to think about ways you can invite your kids to ask questions about God. This might be as simple as asking them what questions they have, or sharing something that you've always been stumped about with God. If you aren't a parent, or even if you are, you might consider what questions you have about God that you've been afraid to ask. What's been holding you back from getting to know Him better? Maybe even take a first step in answering that question by reaching out to a pastor or a resource from the grounds. Whether it's a precocious 3rd grader wondering at 9 p.m. if you could explain how God is 3 persons in one, or something you've wondered for years yourself, we should find comfort in the mystery of God. We don't need to know all the answers.